Have you noticed that not everyone is happy with Coach Christie Sides' work, right? Yeah, and that got me thinking, what if we had a coach like Lisa Blutter, the one who made history with Caitlin Clark in Iowa leading the Fever? Would the story be different? Look, we all know Caitlin is a machine on the court, but it seems like something's not clicking right in Indiana. Is it just an adjustment phase, or is there more behind it? Make sure to subscribe to the channel because that's what we're going to uncover today. First, let's start with something that is the foundation of Caitlin's success: confidence. Seriously, this girl has confidence to spare. Check out what she herself said. It's essential to believe in yourself and not let anyone tell you otherwise. That's golden advice, isn't it? Caitlin isn't messing around. But hold on, don't think it was always smooth sailing. She herself admits she had ups and downs in her career, but the difference is how she deals with it. According to Clark, with confidence and the right people by your side, you can achieve anything, whether in basketball, the arts, or even music. What's most impressive is how she tackles being a woman in sports. Caitlin lays it out. As a young woman, having confidence is crucial in today's world. And isn't that the truth? In such a tough world, seeing Caitlin revolutionize the WNBA is insane. Now let's shift our focus to someone who was crucial in Caitlin's development: Lisa Blutter. Caitlin doesn't hold back on the praise. She calls Blutter the best leader I've ever worked with. And it's no wonder, right? The coach turned players into a cohesive and motivated team that reached 2 consecutive national championship finals. That's no small feat. The most interesting thing is how Blutter made the magic happen. According to Caitlin, she had the knack for getting individuals to work together like a real team. And the best part, these players became best friends. But it doesn't stop there. Blutter wasn't just a coach, she was an inspiring figure. Alongside Jenny Fitzgerald, they created an environment where Caitlin could thrive and become the star she is today. So the question remains, is that what's missing at the Fever? That Blutter-style leadership that makes everyone play in sync and still have fun? Because let's be honest, watching Caitlin play at Iowa was pure energy. Seriously, that Iowa team was very united. But that's in the past, and now it's time for our dear Caitlin Clark's new phase: her professional life in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark burst into the WNBA. Even with tough defenses in the first games, she's shining with an average of over 16 points per game and dishing out several assists. The girl is showing that her Iowa talent has come along to the pro league. But not everything is rosy in the Indiana Fever's garden. Despite Caitlin's individual performance, the team as a whole isn't very exciting. And then people start to wonder, is the problem in the strategy? The critics are targeting Coach Christie Sides. Look at this situation. She has a team full of talented players, including Caitlin, but something still seems to be missing for the team to really take off. Caitlin is doing her part, but you can feel that the Fever hasn't found the best way to make use of all this talent. It's like there's a missing piece in the puzzle. The fact is that the fans are eager to see the Indiana Fever at the top. Everyone wants to see the whole team shining and winning championships. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's time for a change in the Fever's leadership? This question makes us think. What if the Fever had Lisa Blutter in charge instead of Christie Sides? Would the story be different? Let's do a thought experiment here. On one side, we have Blutter, who Caitlin calls the best leader I've ever worked with. On the other, we have Sides, who's being criticized for not knowing how to use Clark properly. With Blutter, we saw a confident Caitlin, a leader on the court, making plays that left everyone in awe. The coach knew exactly how to bring out the best in her and the whole team. It was perfect harmony, like they could read each other's minds during games. With Sides, well, let's just say the music is a bit off-key. Caitlin seems lost sometimes, like she's playing with the handbrake on. It's as if Sides won the lottery with Clark but doesn't know what to do with the prize. Imagine if Blutter was in charge of the Fever. Wouldn't we be seeing this team at the top of the standings? Blutter had that special touch of getting everyone to play together, creating team chemistry that went beyond the court. In the Fever, it seems like everyone's playing their own game, and Caitlin is a bit lost in the midst of it all. And the situation is getting increasingly tense at the Fever, with Caitlin Clark's future at the center of this storm. Are we seeing the beginning of a crisis, or is it just an adjustment phase? Think about it. Caitlin was a superstar in Iowa, breaking records, making impossible plays, leading the team to the Final Four. Now in the Fever, she's playing well, but it seems the team isn't fully leveraging her potential. It's like they were given a Lamborghini, but only allowed to use second gear. And the worst part is, time is passing. Every game that the Fever doesn't take off is a missed opportunity. The fans are restless, the media is speculating, and you can bet the Fever's management is keeping a close eye on all this. But it's not just that, the fans are desperate to see the Fever in the playoffs. Imagine the impact that would have on the league. Caitlyn is already dominating the viewership. The numbers are through the roof. If the Fever makes it to the playoffs, it could be a game changer for the WNBA. The question that won't go away is, how long will this situation last? Will the Fever have the courage to make a drastic change in coaching mid-season, or will they put all their chips on sides and hope she finds the magic formula to lead the team to the playoffs? And what about Caitlyn? Is she satisfied with this situation? Just imagine, she left an environment where she was the ultimate star, where she had a coach who understood her perfectly, for a situation where the team is still trying to find its rhythm. The clock is ticking. Each game is less time for the Fever to secure a spot in the playoffs. Are we going to see an epic turnaround with the team taking off and Caitlyn leading this rise? The pressure is mounting. The fans are impatient, wanting to see their team shine in the postseason. The other teams are watching closely because they know that a Fever in the playoffs with Caitlyn leading would be a nightmare for any opponent. And in the middle of all this, we have one of the biggest promises in women's basketball carrying the hopes of a franchise and the dreams of an entire league to boost its popularity. Caitlyn's impact on the WNBA is undeniable. The viewership numbers are exploding. Social media can't stop talking about her. Imagine if she manages to take the Fever to the playoffs. It would be like pouring gasoline on this popularity fire. The entire league would benefit, new fans would be drawn in, and who knows, we might see an increase in investment and visibility for women's basketball as a whole. The future of the WNBA is closely tied to the success of Caitlyn and the Fever, and we're here in the front row watching this story unfold. But look, Caitlyn didn't get where she is by chance. She's pure grit, talent, and determination. Remember what she herself said, it's essential to believe in yourself and not let anyone tell you otherwise. And that's exactly what we need to do now, believe in her. Yes, the start at the Indiana Fever isn't the light show we expected, but if we think about it, even Michael Jordan had his struggles in the beginning, and look how that turned out. Caitlyn is going through an adjustment phase, and that's normal. The professional game is a different level, but if there's anyone who can overcome this challenge, it's Clark. And let's be honest, right? Talent like Caitlyn's doesn't just disappear overnight. That girl who was tearing it up in Iowa, scoring 30 points in multiple games with impossible shots, is still there. She just needs to find her footing in this new setting. So have patience, keep supporting, keep cheering. Caitlyn needs to feel the fans' warmth now more than ever. The future of women's basketball still has Caitlyn Clark's name written in giant letters. That I guarantee you. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Fever will stay in the playoffs? I'm eager to see your opinion, and don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. See you in the next video.